This movie is a warning to anyone who agrees to marry someone without meeting their family first. This is Murder at the Mansion. I'm Jay Harangue and I waste hours of my life watching terrible films.
You should subscribe.
It starts with these two, Carl and Nicole. They're engaged to be married and couldn't be happier, but someone's locked Nicole in the carriage house and started a fire. So Nicole's dead.
Oh dear.
10 years later, in the city, we meet Deanna. She runs a food delivery business and she's really excited about this new boyfriend she's got.
He is perfect. He's amazing.
Uh-oh, it's Carl. Carl's like, look, I know this is pretty sudden, but I bought this house for us. Want to get married at my family's house, even though you've never met them, next week? And she's like, yeah.
I finally get to meet your family. Uh-huh.
So here we are in Kentucky and Carl's family have a pretty nice house.
Wow, that's big.
And here's the family. There are only two of them because the dad's dead. This is Ivy, Carl's mum, and Ruby, his adopted sister, played by the world's worst actress, but more on that later. This guy is Chandler. He's like their servant. This gardener is watching them and sinister music is playing.
Ooh, that can't be good.
Inside, Ivy starts asking Deanna about her career.
I built my business myself from the ground up.
But I assume making boxed lunches isn't your long-term goal.
She's like, it is actually, you stupid old bitch. No, she doesn't say that. She just bangs on about how food delivery is an expanding market. It's really good, actually. Everyone loves my meals. Meanwhile, someone is upstairs, going through Deanna's bags, stealing her EpiPens, and throwing them in the trash. After dinner, they're testing the cakes for the wedding. Deanna has a serious allergy to coconut, so Ivy tells her she substituted any coconut with something else.
All coconut products have been moved into this cabinet.
That's Sebastian, and he's the chef. Deanna thinks she'll be able to impress Ivy with her cooking skills, so she's going to be making roasted peppers. Upstairs, Carl's like, sorry, my family are weird. They just depend on me so much because my dad died. Downstairs, someone has got a can of coconut spray from the cupboard and sprays it all over the desserts.
Hey! What are you doing? What about the strict instructions to not use any coconut in the cake?
Back in the dining room.
Those red peppers were to die for.
Deanna made them.
I'm impressed.
And now, the moment we've all been waiting for.
The cakes are coming out. They look nice. Try one, Deanna. Deanna loves the vanilla, but Ivy prefers the German chocolate.
We should have two kinds of cake.
Oh, just fuck off. Deanna is suffering from a reaction to the coconut spray and tells Carl to go upstairs and get her EpiPen from her bag.
What should we do?
Call 911.
Or just ring a little bell.
What an idiot.
The pens aren't in her bag. Luckily, the gardener from earlier found them in the trash. Carl injects Deanna and sends Valentina, another of their slaves, to get some ice. But she's found Sebastian.
Oh my goodness.
Ivy says Sebastian must have fallen while getting something from the top shelf. Ruby's like, yeah, probably. Next morning, Deanna is feeling much better, so she goes on a run.
I'm glad she's feeling better. I really like her, by the way.
Thanks for that. Ivy explains that she's hired Sienna, Carl's high school girlfriend, as their wedding planner.
Come again?
Carl's like, cheers, Mum, that's going to be awkward.
It's totally inappropriate.
Thanks. Ivy's like, look, she's the best wedding planner in town, so that's decided. Deanna has taken a break from her run to look in the carriage house, where she sees Carl and Nicole carved into this pillar. Jimmy the gardener comes in and she asks him about Nicole. Spit it out, Jimmy.
I need my medicine too.
Anyway, he doesn't tell her anything about Nicole. Back inside, Sienna is with the family making wedding plans. Deanna walks in and Carl's like, Deanna, this is Sienna, the wedding planner. And Ivy's like, yeah, and her and Carl used to bang, so that's awkward. Anyway, Deanna wants colours to match her mum's wedding ring, but Ivy wants her to use her mum's ring. Deanna's like, I'm wearing my mum's ring and that's the end of it. Then Ivy drops in that Carl was previously engaged to Nicole. Carl apparently didn't think to tell Deanna about any of this. In the garden, he explains that he didn't tell her because Nicole was burned alive in the carriage house. That's why he'll never go in there again.
Yeah, I see.
That night, Deanna thinks she hears someone sneaking around, and the next morning, her mum's ring has gone.
Oh no!
Today, the family plans to spend the day on their boat on the river. When they get to the boat, it turns out Ivy has invited Sienna. Oh, and Deanna can't swim.
You're joking. I didn't grow up around water.
Well, that makes sense.
Not that it matters. Not like there's much chance of her falling into the river. Sienna suggests that they get some photos for their wedding blog on the deck.
I'll grab my phone. I love taking pictures.
I feel I should point out at this point that there's been no suggestion whatsoever that Ruby has severe learning difficulties. The actress is just that bad.
Yeah.
So they start taking photos and Sienna gets Deanna to lean back a bit and surprise, surprise.
I knew it. I fucking knew it.
Deanna! How is that gonna help?
It's not.
He does eventually jump in and save her. And when they get back to dry land, Sienna suggests to Deanna that she doesn't think it was an accident.
Ooh.
More bad news for Deanna. The staff haven't found her ring.
We won't stop looking until we find it.
Thanks, Ruby. Deanna gets some rest and the family has a surprise for her when she wakes up. They've got her sister Jenny a slightly earlier flight.
Wow.
The family leave Deanna and Jenny to catch up. Meanwhile, Sienna is snooping around the boat looking for evidence that someone had deliberately tried to drown Deanna.
Still really good.
Jimmy is watching her, and as she comes off the boat with her photographic evidence...
I know you cut that rail, and now I've got the pictures to prove it.
The killer then sends Carl a text from Sienna's phone saying she's not coming to the wedding, then throws her phone in the river.
Smart.
Back at the house, Deanna and Jenny are using the sauna. Jenny goes to cool off in the pool and sees Jimmy limping around and looking for his heart pills. She's like, Deanna, I saw some weird guy running through the yard. Deanna's like, oh, that's just Jimmy, the groundskeeper. He's fine. I'll go check on him. But she can't because someone has locked the door to the sauna from the outside without them seeing, through the clear glass door.
Odd. Very odd.
Moving on, Jimmy can't find his heart pills.
Don't hurt me. Your secret's safe with me. I need those pills. Please.
So Jimmy's dead. Ivy then comes to let Deanna and Jenny out of the sauna. Deanna insists they were locked in, but Ivy and Carl are like, the door probably just jammed.
I don't think so.
Deanna's like, go check on Jimmy. Jenny said he didn't seem right. Carl's like, well, of course he's not.
What do you mean?
Jimmy was my dad's best friend, and he was considered a possible suspect in his death.
What?
And you kept him on as your gardener. Brilliant. Anyway, Carl's like, trust me, Jimmy's fine. Just focus on the wedding. So Deanna and Jenny go and sit on the boat, and Deanna tells her that their mum's ring is missing. Jenny's like, okay, it's obvious Ivy stole it, so you'd have to wear her mum's ring instead of our mum's. Let's go get it now. As they get off the boat, we see Sienna's dead body. How have they not seen that? Look where they were sat, for fuck's sake. Anyway, they go into Ivy's room and start looking for the ring. They don't find it, but they do see a photo of Ivy, Carl, his dad, and Ruby. This is strange, because Deanna was told that Ruby was adopted after his dad died, but this photo suggests otherwise.
What are you doing in my mom's room? I won't tell her. It'll be our secret amongst sisters.
Okay.
Carl's seen them in there too on the CCTV.
I thought your family adopted Ruby after your father died.
Because we met her in a charity program before he died.
It turns out Carl's dad wasn't prepared to let just anyone into the family, so Ivy waited till after he died to adopt Ruby. At dinner, Carl tells the girls that he's organised for them to spend the day at the River Club. Ruby is annoyed because she wanted to take Deanna on a drive up the coast.
Would you excuse me? I am not feeling too well.
Deanna goes out to check on Ruby, and she comes out with some pretty weird stuff.
I love Carl so much. You know, Carl made me a promise. He promised that he'd never leave us.
Carl and I are starting a life together after the wedding.
Ruby's not happy about this at all, and Deanna's walked away thinking Ruby is mental.
Yes.
The next day when the girls get back from the River Club, Deanna sees a bottle of pills in the driveway. They're Jimmy's heart pills. Oh, and there's his dead body.
For now, none of this leaves the room.
Excuse me?
Yeah, we can't have another dead body being found at the house, ruining the wedding. Speaking of the wedding, here's the pre-wedding dinner, and Jenny has just finished her speech.
I have something to say.
Okay, now this is weird.
Carl really is a Prince Charming.
What?
First time I met Carl, it was love at first sight for me too.
What? You know,
He has the good looks. Am I right?
what?
Could this get any worse?
Yep.
And I'm so happy you're starting your new life back here at home.
What?
As Carl gets up to make his speech, Deanna just walks out. Carl's like, what's wrong? She's like, why have you told Ruby we're going to be living here? He's like, I haven't, she's deluded. But Ruby is listening into this, so Carl has to tell Ruby that he and Deanna are going to be living in the house they bought together. And she is furious. And she's even more furious when she sees them kissing. So she goes out to the carriage house. Here we get a flashback of what actually happened to Nicole.
I love you, Cole.
Yes, of course. Now things are beginning to make sense.
Ruby then covers the place in petrol, steals Carl's phone while pretending to help him get ready, and texts Deanna with it to tell her to meet him in there urgently. Deanna knows it's Ruby, but goes anyway because she needs to deal with this once and for all.
Oh, I see.
So Deanna is unconscious and Ruby ties her to the post.
So, you're awake.
That is exceptional script writing. Then Carl comes in.
It's over.
She ruined everything.
Deanna has managed to free herself. Then there's this fight.
Here! What have you done? Just stop it!
As Deanna is tending to Carl's leg, Ruby wakes up and admits to killing everyone, even Carl's dad, because she knew it was him that was stopping them adopting her. She knows there's no coming back from this, so she sets fire to herself.
Of course. Well, isn't that what most people do?
No.
Oh.
Deanna rescues Carl from the building, but then goes back in for Ruby.
Why?
At an unspecified time later, we see Deanna and Carl are expecting a baby. It's the baby shower, and there's this sickening display of happiness. This is a far cry from Ruby's new life. She's at a mental hospital with a burnt face. And that's the end of the film. So until next time. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe and check out this other video. Thank you.